Settle in now. Let your body become a little heavier. Let the day move farther away. Let your breathing find an easy rhythm, slow and unforced. Tonight, the story takes you to a mountain path in the blue hour between evening and night. There is no steep climb to conquer, no summit to reach, no reason to hurry. Only a quiet path, a small tea house, and the soft mist moving through the trees. You begin at the edge of a mountain village. The village is very small, only a handful of houses with dark wooden roofs and warm square windows. Smoke rises from one chimney in a thin gray line. A dog sleeps by the gate. Somewhere inside a house, a pot lid taps once, then becomes quiet. The path begins behind the last house. It is made of flat stones set into the earth, worn smooth by rain, footsteps, and time. On both sides grow pine trees, ferns, moss, and tall grasses that move gently in the cool mountain air. You start walking. Each step is slow. Each breath is clean. The air smells of pine, damp earth, and distant wood smoke. Below the path, somewhere hidden by trees, a stream moves over stones. You cannot see it yet, but you can hear it, clear and gentle. A sound that does not ask for attention and yet gives the mind something soft to rest upon. The sky above the trees is pale blue. The first stars are not visible yet. The last light of day remains along the ridge, touching the tips of the pines with silver. You follow the path as it curves. It does not climb quickly. It rises in patient turns, sometimes passing between trees, sometimes opening to a view of the valley below. When the view appears, you pause. The village is lower now. Its windows glow like small lanterns. The road that brought you here is only a gray ribbon between fields. Beyond it, hills fold into one another, each one softer and darker than the last. Mist gathers in the lowest places. It does not cover the world. It simply softens it. You continue. After a while, you see a lantern ahead, then another. They hang from a wooden beam beside the path, their light warm and steady in the mist. Beneath them is a gate, and beyond the gate stands the mountain tea house. It is small, only one story, built of dark wood and pale plaster, with a sloping roof and a porch that faces the valley. A few cushions rest on a bench outside. A bamboo ladle lies beside a stone basin where water falls drop by drop from a narrow spout. The tea house looks as if it has been waiting for a long time. Not waiting impatiently, only existing quietly, as some places do, ready whenever a tired traveler happens to arrive. You step through the gate. The stone path changes to smooth wood beneath your feet. A bell near the door gives a soft note. The door opens. Inside, the tea house is warm. The room is simple and calm. Low tables, woven mats, a shelf of ceramic cups, a small stove, a row of windows looking out over the valley and the mist. An attendant greets you with a nod. No one asks you to explain where you have come from. No one asks how long you will stay. You are shown to a table by the window. You sit on a cushion. The window is open just enough to let in the cool mountain air. Outside, mist moves through the pines like slow breath. The attendant brings a tray. On it are a small teapot, a cup, and a folded cloth. The cup is pale green, with tiny irregular marks in the glaze. It fits perfectly between your hands. Tea is poured. Steam rises. The scent is grassy and warm, clean and gentle. You lift the cup. Before drinking, you simply hold it. The warmth enters your palms. It gives your attention somewhere simple to rest. Warm cup, cool air, quiet room, mist outside. You take a small sip. The tea is mild. Nothing about it is sharp. Nothing about this evening is sharp. Even your thoughts seem to have softer edges here. They arrive, and instead of pulling you away, they settle lightly, like mist touching the surface of a pond. You watch the valley darken. One by one, lights appear in the village below, then along the road, then in a distant house on another slope. Each light is small. Each one says someone is home somewhere. This is enough. The attendant returns and places a small plate on the table. On it is a simple rice cake, warm and lightly sweet. You eat slowly, taking small bites, letting the taste be quiet. There is a book on the windowsill beside you. It is not a book of instructions, not a book of wisdom that asks you to become better tonight. Only a small notebook where travelers have written a sentence or two before leaving. You open it. The handwriting changes from page to page. I heard the stream and remembered to breathe. The mist covered the valley, but not the lanterns. I thought I was late, but the tea was still warm. I left a worry here and found it smaller in the morning. You turn to a blank page. You do not need to write, but you imagine a sentence there. I can be quiet now. The words rest easily in your mind. I can be quiet now. Outside, the pines move. The stream continues below. The tea cools slowly in the cup. Before leaving the table, you notice another door at the side of the room. It opens onto a very small courtyard behind the tea house. The attendant sees you looking and says, "You may step outside if you like." The path is dry and the rain has already passed. So you rise slowly and walk through the side door. The courtyard is enclosed by low wooden walls and tall pines. In the center is a flat stone basin filled with clear water. A few leaves float on the surface, turning gently whenever a drop falls from the roof above. There is no fountain, no decoration that asks to be admired. Only water, stone, moss, dark trees, and the open evening sky. You stand beside the basin and look down. The water holds a dim reflection of the first star. It also holds the shape of the lantern by the door, and the dark outline of your own hands resting near the edge. For a moment, the reflection trembles. Then it settles. You think of how the mind can be like that. Not perfectly still all at once, only settling little by little when nothing keeps disturbing it. A drop falls from the roof. The star breaks into rings. The rings widen. Then the water becomes quiet again. You stay until the cool air begins to touch your sleeves. Then you return inside, where the tea house feels even warmer than before. The attendant has prepared a second small pot of tea. This one is darker, deeper, with a scent like roasted leaves and old wood. She pours it slowly, using both hands, giving the cup the same care someone might give a sleeping child. You receive it with both hands. The second tea is warmer than the first. It tastes round and quiet. The kind of warmth that seems to move not only into your body, but into the spaces between your thoughts. You drink slowly. Outside the windows, the valley is almost fully dark now. The mist has risen higher, making the lower hills disappear. Only the nearest pines remained clear, and the lanterns in the village below look softer, like lights seen through closed eyes. The room has grown quieter too. Another traveler near the far wall has finished their tea and is sitting with eyes half closed. The attendant moves without sound. The stove gives a low, steady warmth. Somewhere in the building, a wooden beam settles with a small sigh. You are not waiting for anything. That is the strange luxury of this place. For a little while, nothing is next. Only this cup, only this window, only the mountain breathing mist into the evening. After some time, the attendant asks if you would like to see the sleeping room. The tea house keeps a few small rooms for travelers who arrive near nightfall. You nod, and the attendant leads you down a short hallway. The hallway smells faintly of cedar. At the end is a sliding door. Behind it is a room with a low bed, folded quilts, a paper lamp, and a window looking toward the dark trees. The room is almost empty, and because it is almost empty, it feels spacious. There is nothing here to manage, nothing to sort, nothing asking to be put away. Only the bed, the lamp, the window, and the quiet. You thank the attendant. The door slides closed. You stand alone in the room for a moment, listening. From the front of the tea house comes the faint sound of a cup being placed on a tray. From outside comes the stream. From the roof comes one soft drop of water, then another, falling from old evening mist. You open the window a little. Cool air enters. It carries the scent of pine. You can see almost nothing now beyond the nearest branches, but that is all right. Darkness is not empty. It is only the shape the mountain takes at night. You sit beside the window. On a small table there is another cup of tea, already poured, as if the room knew you might want one final sip before sleep. You hold it in both hands. You think about the path you walked, the village, the stones, the stream, the lanterns, the tea house, the notebook, the sentence, "I can be quiet now." Before lying down, you notice a narrow shelf beside the window. On it are 3 small objects: a smooth river stone, a pine cone opened by dry mountain air, a folded square of paper. You pick up the folded paper and open it carefully. Inside, someone has drawn a simple map of the path from the village to the tea house. It is not a useful map in the ordinary sense. It does not mark distances or directions very clearly. Instead, it names small places along the way. The place where the stream becomes audible, the bend where the valley first appears, the gate with 2 lanterns, the window where tea tastes best, the room where nothing needs to be decided. You read the last line twice. The room where nothing needs to be decided. That is this room. This small room with the low bed, the paper lamp, the dark window, and the scent of pine moving through the air. You fold the paper again and return it to the shelf. Then you place the smooth stone beside it, turning it once under your fingers. It is cool and steady. It asks nothing. It simply is what it is. You let that be enough. You take the last sip of tea and set the cup down. Then you prepare for rest. The bed is low and soft. The quilts are folded neatly, one pale, one dark blue, one with a pattern of small white lines like falling rain. You unfold them slowly. The cloth is cool at first, then warm where your hands touch it. You lie down. The pillow is firm in a comforting way. The quilts settle over you with gentle weight. The paper lamp glows beside the bed. For a while, you leave it on. Its light makes the room golden and soft. The wooden beams above you are dark and simple. The window is a square of deeper blue. Somewhere beyond it, mist moves through the pines, whether you see it or not. Your breathing slows. You imagine each breath moving like mist. In, softly across the valley. Out, slowly between the trees. In, cool mountain air. Out, warmth from the tea. Thoughts still come, but they are quieter now. One thought sits beside the cup. Another settles near the window. Another goes out into the pines and becomes part of the mist. There is no need to gather them. No need to name them. The mountain is large enough to hold what you cannot hold tonight. The tea house is quiet enough to keep watch. The stream is steady enough to continue without your help. You reach for the lamp and lower it. The room dims. The darkness feels kind. You can still see the faint outline of the window, the small table, the cup, the folded edge of the quilt. Everything is simple. Everything is still. The village below has gone to sleep. The path is empty. The lanterns at the gate glow softly in the mist. The tea house rests on the mountain, warm and small beneath the wide night, and you rest inside it. There is nothing more to climb, nothing more to understand, nothing more to prepare. Only the stream below, only the pines outside, only the warmth of tea remembered in your hands, only the quiet sentence, fading now into sleep. I can be quiet now. Good night.